It's the NFL on EA Sports. And we'll see Jordan Love. He's your top dog in the league this season, ranking first in passing yards. It's the Packers and the Dolphins under the lights on Thursday night.
Historic Lambeau Field. Fittingly, it butts up against Lombardi Avenue here in the heart of Green Bay, Wisconsin. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Packer team as we enter play here. They come in off another victory a weekend ago. That ran their win streak up to 7 now.
And I think that win last week established them as Super Bowl frontrunners. They're playing with confidence and swagger, and you need that to go a long way.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Dolphins, they're hot as can be, winners of 8 of their last 9 games.
I don't know if you call this start a surprise exactly, but they've proven that they're going to be able to stand toe-to-toe with anybody.
Time to set the old turducken aside and get ready for football as here we go on a Thanksgiving night. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Dolphins head out, led by the NFL's leading passer in 2023, now in his 5th season, Tua Tagovailoa.
And he's coming off a great season where he put up career highs in yards and touchdowns, while also leading one of the most prolific scoring offenses in the NFL. The number one thing he did last season, though, staying healthy. When he's on the field, Miami can roll.
Now Tua going to fake the jet sweep and the handoff as he'll drop to throw it. Quay Walker in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. The start less than ideal as they already face a 2nd and long.
44, ready.
Tua sets up to pass it. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. But that last throw, Charles, puts him over 15,000 yards passing now for his career.
And Brandon, they're not going to stop the game and give him the game ball here, but that's still a pretty impressive number. And he's got plenty of more good football ahead of him. Although I would say the team should give him a game ball after it's all over.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36.
Come on, 3, tick.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. To the sideline and incomplete. When you look at this Packers defense, they're in the spot statistically that you don't want to be in against the pass. Number 32 in the league, dead last.
And it's really difficult to prepare for this team. This is a number 1 overall passing team in the NFL, but it shouldn't be hard to get excited about playing against them. The ultimate test going against that unit.
And that's why you and I are excited to broadcast this game.
Yes, sir.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. And again, it's Tagovailoa. And that's incomplete.
I don't see more than trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Sanders' kick is good, and the opening drive for the Dolphins yields 3. I think we can safely say they came out to be aggressive on the opening series, Charles. They didn't run the ball once. All that passing, it does get them the 3-0 lead.
I think what we saw there, partner, was a true definition of football balance, which means doing what you want to, when you want to on offense. And in this case, it was throwing the football. They may mix in running the football a little bit more as this game goes on, but his opening drive, while it stalled out, it still gave him 3 points.
So the Packers make their way out for the first time, and it's Jordan Love that has the keys to the car here in his 5th season as a pro and 2nd as a starter.
And he's had such a sensational season to this point, leading the NFL in passing yards. He's been helped out a lot by an outstanding set of receivers, and he's quick to give them credit. But I think even they would tell you that he's the guy that makes this offense go.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Reed. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Here we go.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And this will be a Packers first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
Let's go now.
Love. He finds his man complete. That's Reed. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 46-yard line.
Set.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. He has it complete to Christian Watson. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 41-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 41.
Ready.
Throwing. Love. He finds his man complete. That's Reed. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 11 yards for number 11. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Set. Hut.
Jacobs going to try the middle. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
That's good for a first down. His 2nd catch of the opening drive.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on first down.
Jacobs again. And not a whole lot there as they'll get him down at about the 2. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Ready up.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Ready. Ready. Hut. Hut.
Jacobs diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown. And that rushing touchdown, number 28 on the year. Just a remarkable number as he draws level with a Hall of Famer, LaDainian Tomlinson, for the most in NFL history. Anders Carlson now for the point after. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. A 10-play drive that time. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. So now Carlson, after the touchdown, called on to send this one away. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one. But now playing here on Thursday night, do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Here's Tua. That's to the new Dolphin. It's Odell Beckham Jr. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A big play that time on the catch and run. And the Dolphins are going to get a fresh set of downs.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
In motion, the tight end. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are able to move back in front. Had the option to hand that one off or run it himself, but instead, a really easy, quick pass.
I like the way they made a decisive decision and got it right to the receiver. One move later, he's in the end zone.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was finished off by a Jalen Waddle touchdown. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 37.
Ready.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and are controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Here's 3rd and 3. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Got Dobbs over the middle. And he's going to have a Packers first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
Here we go.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. The Packers at 10-1 now on the year, and they come in on the heels of yet another victory. That ran their win streak, Charles, up to 7 now.
And I think that last win, that established them and stamped them, to me, as Super Bowl front runners. They're playing with extreme confidence, and you need that in order to go all the way.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Love, they go play action now. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 19. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Not a big run, not an explosive run, but they've held the ball for plenty of plays on this drive. They're just trying to impose their will on the defense right now.
2nd down, Jacobs once more. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Well, at that rate, picking up 3 yards a carry, you and I both know that doesn't cut it in this league and trying to get first downs unless you're playing 4-down football. Then that's a whole different situation, but I don't think that's what they're trying to do here. 3rd and 4, though, is still manageable.
And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
So off goes Love. On is Carlson for the Packer field goal. And this one is right through. And that will knot us up at 10. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Miami set to take over. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And the slot man goes in motion left. They'll run. Here's Devon Achane. Yeah, they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Those defense for the Packers, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
2 things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the 1st down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packers offense and quarterback Jordan Love heading back out onto the field. And as we transition into the second half of the season, he continues to put up big numbers on a consistent basis. Currently the NFL's leader in passing as we play here in the month of November. Over the middle, complete. It's Reed. So just 3 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 2nd down. You talk about this Miami defense. It's quite a unit. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And this is one of those something's got to give games. You got the number 1 passing team in the NFL, and it's the number 1 defense against the pass. A lot of times the battle's in the trenches. We know that. We see it all the time. But this game's going to be won on the outside.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now Love. That is caught, and he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll get this down close to a 1st down at about the Dolphins' 36. 56 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start.
Here we go. Here we go.
Play action this time with Love. He's got his target. That's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 10-10 our score after 1 on EA Sports. Back for the 2nd quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
To throw now. Here's Love. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Ready.
Love looking to throw it. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
So off goes Love. On is Carlson for the Packer field goal.
And his kick is good. And they will take the lead at 13-10.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now Tua. Short throw to Smith.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives him much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Here now, 3rd and a yard.
All right.
They'll run for it with Achane.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down.
And he'll send this one into the cold Lambeau night. Pulled in at the 24. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Packers offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's building his case for MVP consideration with each passing week. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes as we move into the back half of the season. Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33.
Ready.
Here's Jacobs from the gun. Oh, he bowls over him. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
This complete to the tight end, Tucker Kraft.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 17 more yards. They had 17 on the previous snap as well.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Here we go.
Play fake. Here's Love.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. 79 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. The Packers on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Love. He finds Watson complete. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Christian Watson, 27 yards, as his guys are able to extend their lead. So that touchdown pass number 51 for him on the year, and it moves him past two guys at 50, two of the best ever, Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes. Brady had 50 in 2007, and Mahomes did it in 2018. Now Carlson for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was all capped off by a touchdown catch from Christian Watson. Carlson back out there now to send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Dolphins offense returning to the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. So that, Charles, his second touchdown of the ball game. He had the more standard receiving touchdown earlier. This time he finds the end zone in the run game.
Yeah, it's almost as if he said, well, that's how I normally do it. That's almost boring. Give me another opportunity. This time I'll use my legs only and get into the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is down to a field goal. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The home team's offense and running back Josh Jacobs set to take over once more. He's got a rushing touchdown in the game already as you check to see where he is ranked in rushing TDs coming into the weekend. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
On the double.
They need 18 yards here on third down.
Here we go.
Love from the gun. That's to Kraft, the tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on fourth.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And it'll be Dolphin football. Miami's offense set and ready to go. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one. You still hold your breath a little when Tua gets out of the pocket, but there he made the wise call. If there's nothing downfield, just throw it away.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Gets this one to Hill. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Now Achane on 1st and 10. Rashawn Gary, the man to bring him down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Tua going to throw. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 37 yards.
And the Dolphins have yet again retaken the lead.
These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far and fun to watch. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. On play action. Love to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Reed. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
And that's a good start right there. This game's changed pretty dramatically in the last few minutes. So now these guys are forced to play from behind here. And that's a positive first step towards claiming this lead right back.
And he ran right through one tackle as he fights forward for a gain of 7.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way, a dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
Ready.
Off the play fake, Love. Rolling to his right.
He hits Dobbs on the crosser.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
He has really thrown the ball well here in this first half. You see the numbers, up over 200 passing yards already.
Come on, set.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Even with that broken tackle, he'll be brought down short of the 15.
Javon Holland coming up to make the stop. 2nd down and 6 now.
Here we go.
Working out of the gun. Love. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Ready, ready. Hut, hut.
Love now.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Packers are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how...
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Josh Jacobs with his second touchdown here in this first half.
And the Packers have taken the lead. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
The Packer offense and Jordan Love staying out there, so they're going to try to go for 2.
Down.
They'll try and throw for it. That's caught. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion.
So after the made field goal, here's Carlson to send it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Now we get Tyreek Hill and the rest of the Miami offense back out there.
He's up near 100 yards now here in the second quarter, but his team's down.
Through no fault of his own. I mean, what a nice game he's having so far. They've got to keep finding ways to get him the football. Don't get away from that. Figure out where things are going wrong with the rest of the team.
He'll be hoping to hit that 100-yard mark on this drive. So the completion gets him just a yard, and that'll make it second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Tua sets up to pass it. Throw caught by Achane. Room past the 35.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down.
Looking to pass. Tua. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Packers are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Christian Watson and the rest of this offense back out now.
He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's 1 catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability.
And that'll be incomplete.
Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And here's Daniel Whelan on now to punt. Now Hill to return it.
That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now.
Here's Tua.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Now a 3rd and 6.
Going to the air. Tagovailoa.
Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
And here's Jake Bailey now.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over.
This offense and their running back headed back onto the field. He's been a tough man to stop in this first half. He's putting up some big numbers already, and we have yet to reach halftime.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. To pass, here's Jordan Love, eluding the pressure right. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey.
And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
After the turnover, it's Tua. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
That's tremendous.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Short throw to Smith. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
Ready.
Back to throw now on 1st down. It's caught by OBJ. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
So from the 25, this is 2nd and 5.
From the gun, it's Tua.
He'll swing this out.
And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
Go ahead.
Now Tua. And oh, it'll be intercepted.
And the Packers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Well, I would guess that combined, if you spoke to both defenses, neither side has a lot to celebrate today. They haven't had a lot of stops, but that one right there, that's a big one because they stole points away with that play. And just as importantly, picked up a key stop on an offense that's been really impressive here in the early going.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. So we've reached halftime here on the Thanksgiving night. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. A number of great games coming up this holiday weekend. Of course, we begin tomorrow. The second ever Black Friday game. The Raiders, Chiefs from Arrowhead. Even more good matchups to check out in the late afternoon window. A 4 o'clock start up in Baltimore, where it'll be the Ravens taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. And lastly, on Sunday Night Football, this will be one to tune in for, as they've got a good one lined up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Buffalo Bills. We just watched a solid first half from the 2022 rushing champ, Josh Jacobs. He's over 100 yards rushing for the game already and found the end zone twice as well. Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins. With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And it's a pretty good return here as they'll get this up to the 29. This offense making its way back out, led by their running back. And as we roll through some of the highlights, we see how crucial he's been to their success in this one. When he's in this type of a groove and his offensive linemen are creating running lanes for him, he can really put on a show, and he's done so here. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I liked what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Ready up. Come on, set.
Glove. That's taken in by Watson. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's second down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Ready.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Ready.
Ball at the 33, second and 9.
Here we go, set.
Now Love. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Down. Hut.
To throw now. Here's Love. Throw left side complete. That's Jacobs. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense. It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
Here we go. Here we go.
To the air again, Love. He's got the hook up with Dobbs. Now a stoppage, and we've got Chubb shaken up on the play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Okay.
Third down and 1.
Let's go now.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. 124 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ballgame. Here's Jacobs. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Second and goal from the 6 this time.
3-3. Let's go.
Play fake. Here's Love. Dancing to his left. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Jordan Love. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Packers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Carlson on for the extra point. And it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here, and our score is going to stay right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure was on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Tagovailoa working out of the gun, trying to lay one up deep. And got his man complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Raheem Mostert halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Dolphins are back within a score. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who is a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Sanders now to add the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
And he's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back just kind of have a grin on his face every time his number is called. Because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays. Nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
On now is the Packers punter, as he'll come on to kick this one away.
And this returnable for Hill.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
The Dolphins offense and Tua Tagovailoa headed back out onto the field. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Well, they've certainly spread the ball around so far, but they're definitely getting everyone involved now when you're throwing it to the fullback. Just shows how versatile this offense is and how everyone is a threat.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw.
That's Waddle. He's got the catch on the out route.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
16 more on that one and another 1st down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Tua going to throw. That one complete to Hill. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Tua setting up shop to throw again. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
Up the middle, Achane.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Now they'll send Waddle in motion left.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. He completes it to Beckham. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Odell Beckham. 27 yards.
And the Dolphins have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter.
Brandon, is there any way you and I can join this quarterback in the zone he's in? He's absolutely feeling it. Touchdown after touchdown, throwing the ball.
Sanders on for the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. That time a 6-play drive.
And it's OBJ, Odell Beckham, who ends it with a touchdown reception.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
A dangerous return man showing it here. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Here's Love. That's complete to Dobbs.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Opposite. Green. Here we go. Back.
Running is Jacobs. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. His carries tonight, they're getting up there. So maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Love from the gun on 3rd down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That's a much-needed accomplishment there on 3rd down. They've been forced to punt far too many times already. They needed something to go their way, and they're able to get a new set of downs. Running it with Jacobs. Down to the 42, 2nd down. You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. On play action. Love to throw. Same target. It's Jacobs again. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
On now is the Packers punter as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback.
The Dolphins about set to go to work on offense.
They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about seeing defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
Tua sets up to pass it.
Packer pressure, and down he goes.
Kenny Clark able to drop in that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long.
In motion, Hill. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again.
Rashawn Gary, 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on here to punt it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Here's 2nd and 3.
At the 47-yard line.
Set, punt.
Throwing. Love. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. We are headed to the 4th here on Thanksgiving night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Ready. Ready.
Love looking to throw it. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield.
Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
Miami set to take over. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10
at the 20. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. They complete it to Hill. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line. 2nd and a yard.
Go ahead.
Looking to pass. Tua.
That's going to be caught by Waddle.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a 1st down to boot.
From the gun, it's Tua.
Well, the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to him.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now Tua.
Throw caught by Achane.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the...
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Kenny Clark bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. The Dolphins will send out the punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And it's fielded at the 34.
And nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back.
And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10.
Green Bay's offense ready to go again. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead.
Come on, set. Set.
Love now. Flushed out right.
And Love is going to slide down and pick up the 1st. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advance the ball.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Here we go.
Love, they go play action now. Being chased, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack. So a great play there for this highly regarded linebacker making his first career sack.
And his versatility on display right there. Look, we've known him primarily as a tackler and a cover man, but he can go get the quarterback when the situation calls for it, as he just did right there.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Ready.
Now Love. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. On now is the Packers punter, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And he'll send this one into the cold Lambeau night. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A good pickup there, a 22.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. That's into the hands of Fortson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one. With that last completion, CD's now over 400 yards passing in the game, and quite a few of those have come via some pretty big strikes downfield. Certainly not afraid to challenge this secondary, and it's been successful.
I like your observation there, partner, because I agree. This is a group more than capable of torching a secondary any week, as evidenced by their combined stat line here. And in the time we have remaining, wouldn't shock me at all to see them take another deep shot.
Beckham goes in motion left. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back. But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
Here's Tua. Forced out to his left. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
So a big one coming now for Jason Sanders. This will get the lead up to 7. The kick by Sanders is good, and that'll make this a 7-point game. And from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position. but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest. And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Set, ready.
Jacobs going to try to middle, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Third and 3.
Here we go.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. He'll go over the middle to Reed, complete. And he is going to have a Packers first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Set, hut.
Jacobs now. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And Love is going to slide down and pick up the first.
8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they wanted to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots, and right there, he slides in with ease for the first down.
They swing that out wide to Jacobs.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack.
Come on, set, hut.
To throw now, here's Love. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So 2 3rd down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down.
Here we go.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. That is caught. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on 4th down. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
A new lease on life after the 4th down conversion. Here's 1st and 10.
That's complete right around the 8. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player.
The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. Love. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
Set, ready.
Desperation time here. Love on 4th down. And it's a Packers touchdown. Jaden Reed from 4 yards out. And the Packers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Now Carlson for the extra point. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And the result, a Green Bay score. I hope you've enjoyed your Thanksgiving. All tied, so you still got a reason to avoid Uncle Ed a little longer as the kick is away here. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. Well, they'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Here's Tua. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. The way he's thrown the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. Tua on 3rd down, Achane. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Now Tua. And going deep for Hill. And incomplete on the deep ball. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride.
And he loses the football a 2nd time, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. 2nd time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game. This is 1st and 10. Throwing Tua over the middle to Beckham. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Here comes 2nd down. Tua. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Lambeau faithful making as much noise as they can. It's 3rd down. Now Tua. It's Hill, complete. Ooh, with a juke. Hill shedding the tackle. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 26.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
Ready.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And now they're going to get the timeout. A huge play has him in field goal range with a chance to win. And his kick here is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So he's able to come through in a hostile environment, and you'd have to imagine that's the game winner.
Yeah, how about that? And the way that this game's gone, you think they really wanted to get to overtime and take their chances there? They wanted to get this thing done. When you're the visitor, you don't want to play into overtime. You want to knock it down, get it done, and go home.
Ready up. Here we go. Here we go. Set.
One last shot now for Love. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for the Dolphins, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Packers, this could hurt in the race for home field advantage as they drop to 10-2 on the year. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.